What's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to be going over what is a change in state of delivery, or CISD. So a CISD is, for bulls, it is a candle close over the open of a series of down close candles that sweep a low. For a bearish CISD, it is a candle close under the open of a series of up close candles that sweeps a high. So with that being said, let's get into it. Let me show you guys some examples here of what a change in state of delivery, or CISD, is. So there is one down here that I alerted for Atlas or not this morning, but the morning of the set move. Pretty much what I saw is that we swept out this double bottom, and then we closed over the open of this series of down close candles. This is technically a CISD. The way you play it is you wait for the close over. You can bid in on the retest, and what you want to do is risk the low, of that series of down close candles. Here's another example. This is a more clear example. I'm going to try to give you guys the most clear examples possible. So here we have this low that was being swept. We're sweeping that low from these down close candles. Then right here we get the close over this open of this series of down close candles. Hopefully that's very clear to you guys. Pretty much what this is, it's where sell order flow is turning into buy order flow. So same thing as I mentioned earlier, you can add literally right away as soon as it closes over that open. A lot of people, they'll bid on the retest, so that's why you're seeing bidders here. But in the last video I did talk about fair value gaps. As you can see, same thing, it is actually respecting a fair value gap here as well. So I know, earlier I said you want to risk the pivot low no matter what, but in this case we're given a fair value gap. So in this scenario here, what you would want to do is obviously play off the fair value gap, scaling into this upper fair value gap here. You want to be scaling out into this, upper fair value gap. Let's go back to the 1 minute here. So you're scaling out into this upper zone. This is something that I talked about in the last videos. These fair value gaps, they're super important. A lot of futures traders are using them, but I'm not seeing anyone really in small caps using these at all. So definitely something to add to the toolkit for sure. But the way you play this, as soon as it closes over, you're looking for this zone retest. It's retesting that level perfect. That's the good thing about CISD. You want to see these levels being respected. So it gets respected 3 times before we crack under. This could have given you, 1, 2, 3, 4 different trades off of this setup. And then what you want to do is, once it closes under this zone, you're completely out no matter what. Usually for these you're supposed to risk the low, but in this scenario, since we were given a fair value gap, you would be risking the close under this zone no matter what. Let's get into another example here. Actually, let me show you guys a bearish CISD really quick. Here is a bearish CISD. Main reason being that this is a CISD is because we're sweeping out this set of equal highs. We're sweeping out this set of equal highs, then we get the candle close under here, and the way you play this, same thing, you're kind of looking for that retest. You're looking for the retest entry. Another key thing that you can see here is this is a inverse fair value gap. So, we get this, we're technically breaking out, we get a fake out, we close under this fair value gap, and then we start to leg down. Look, it comes back and retests that zone perfect. If you're short, this is an A+ setup. You're literally entering here, and you're risking this high no matter what. Shorts would have absolutely paid here. I don't short, um, in small caps or anything. I usually just short NASDAQ, if anything. But hopefully this is a really clear example. One thing to know about these CISDs is these actually become zones. So if you draw a zone, from here to this high, extend it out right, this was actually a target of mine later on in the day. So here we get another CISD. This is one that I was calling this out down here like crazy because I knew we were ready for another leg up. Main reason I knew that is because we get this big bullish 15-minute fair value gap. So using time frame alignment, which we'll get into in the next video here, you would have been able to capture this move, which we did. I'm alerting this down here because I notice we're tapping into the zone. My first entry was here in 2660s. Main reason I'm entering here, I should have honestly waited. This was a starter position though, but I should have waited a little bit longer. Really let it wait and test the zone a lot more, kind of see what it wants to do, and then wait on that confirmation. So I did end up adding more once it confirmed, but I should have just honestly waited for the confirmation. I did get a nice bounce. I scaled out into the zone for $2-3 move. Yeah, $2 move. I mean, that's still a nice move, but I ended up catching a way bigger move, and if I would have just stayed a little bit patient, I wouldn't have even seen even this little bit of drawdown. If I would have waited for this CISD, then I would have seen, little to no drawdown at all. Right here, the reason this is a CISD here is because we're taking out this set of lows. We're taking out this set of lows, we push down. Another reason I was looking for this move is because we're taking out this internal low over here. We're taking out this low over here. So that's why I started adding, because I'm like, okay, we're taking out this internal low. Let me at least get a starter position in here to see what we can do. What I was telling everyone in Atlas is that I was looking for this fair value gap to get inversed. That's what I was telling everyone. I wanted to see this gap inversed for another leg up. But we swept that low, we sweep this low, and then we get a candle close over the open of this series of down close candles that sweeps a low. So we get this close over here. Like I said earlier, you can enter as soon as it closes over, and this is your risk no matter what. This bottom, that is your risk no matter what. Just by knowing those two simple things, you're able to understand that, okay, this pullback is fine. I'm still okay. I'm still good here. As long as we don't break this, I'm still good no matter what. I'm going to be long, until that breaks, no matter what. So you're entering as soon as it closes over. You can even enter on the retest because, like I said, this becomes a zone. One thing you have to know about these, though, they are very strong. So you're not always going to get this pullback. It could just completely rip without you. It happens a lot in the futures market. In the futures market, you're barely ever seeing it come back and retest. You're seeing it just absolutely rip. But as you can see here, we're testing the zone. We still can't close over. It's a respected zone. We get that candle close over. We start pushing, and then we retest it perfectly for that next leg up. So just by knowing a few, a few simple things, you're able to understand that, okay, as long as we inverse this gap, we're going to this upper zone no matter what. I mean, just those few simple things are going to help you guys bank a lot. I'm telling you. I mean, this has been working like crazy. If you just stay patient, you're not adding just a random dip. If you stay patient and wait for this, just like look, you're looking at two simple candles. If you're just waiting for it to close over these two candles, I mean, that is super, super simple. I think that, you guys are gonna love this if you give it a try. It's gonna, give you insane entries. Um, it's definitely a key thing to look out for in this market. I'm seeing it work out a lot. That's why I'm bringing it up to you guys, putting you guys on some sauce. Here's another example. The main reason this is a CISD, remember, one rule of a CISD is you have to be sweeping a low. In this case, we're sweeping this low. We're actually sweeping out some internal lows as well. We actually get a inverse fair value gap to the upside here. And then look, as soon as we close over that, you can literally enter. This one is a big range, so I'd be a little bit patient on it, wait for that pullback. If you wait for the pullback, you're getting like bottom snipes for this whole move up. I mean, it's definitely something to look out for. Definitely in this market, it's working a lot. Let me see here if there's any other examples I can show you guys. This example I'm doing today is mainly on SEP. Let's actually look at UPXI because I believe this one did it as well. Yeah, right here, I can see it right away. Once you train your eyes to look for these, I'm telling you guys, you are going to absolutely bank. There's actually a couple of them here. So here's the first one. I actually saw another one first, but I'll just go over this one. So here it is. We're sweeping out this low. There's the sweep. We get a push up. This is not CISD. This is, a lot of people think that this is CISD here, but no, this is where where this started, where this down close move started. Once we close over, you enter. Here, technically, since it's giving you a pivot low, you have like two options of where you can risk. You can risk there, this low, or this low. For most people, they're going to risk this low, but, depending on your account and depending on, how much drawdown that, your mind can handle, you can use either of these two. Let's go to the next, well, actually, look how perfect it respected. So just knowing like two simple things, sweep of a low and then a close over that series of down close candles, two simple things, you're able to catch this whole move. Let's get into the next example here that I see. Remember, I said that it can be just one candle. I believe I did say that. It can just be one candle. So we're sweeping out this low, right here, and then we close over. This one I probably wouldn't have taken, just because it wasn't like super super clear. I mean, we're sweeping out this low as well. Yeah, I mean it's equal lows, so yeah, I mean this would have been a good entry, risking this low here. Yeah, this would have been a good entry. I mean, obviously it worked out. Maybe I would have played it, but I did not play this one personally. But yeah, I mean, this is another good example of what a CISD is. We're sweeping out all these internal lows here, and then we get that candle close over the open of this down close candle. And look, I mean, little to no drawdown at all. I mean, what? If you enter on the level exactly 1726, it's only, 5 cents in drawdown. That's nothing at all. That's nothing at all. And then obviously one thing you have to keep in mind when playing these, your targets are internal highs. So, knowing just those two things, those three things, you're scaling here, two scales out, and then at that point you should probably be break even on the trade. Move your stops to break even, or, move it in profit as well. You can, once it hits this level, you can be like, okay, no matter what, I'm getting out if we get back under 19, no matter what. Knowing that, you would have flattened here, and that's a banger trade. I mean, from here, yeah, that's a $3 move. absolute banger. Um, so those are the two main setups that I'm going to go over today, mainly because they're super clear. You're going to see these work mainly on high momentum moves. You will see it sometimes on these low volume moves like SBEV. SBEV did this a couple of times, I believe. Let me see. Let's do 5 minutes. So here's one. We're sweeping out this internal low, and then we get the candle close over this right here, over this series of down close candles. Get the close over, that's an entry, risking this low no matter what, unless, you know, it's giving you internal lows to risk off of course. But look, you would have been able to catch that move. One thing to know, it doesn't have to be, you know, two black candles in a row or two red candles, depending on how you have your chart set up. It can even be a black candle then a green candle. So look, this is technically CISD here because this this down move created a new low. We swept this low, then we're closing back over. You know, same thing here. You would have been able to catch a little pop. Nothing crazy there, but the good thing is you know that it works. You know what to look for. Let's see if it gives us any other examples really quick. This kind of is one, but I just don't like that doji there. I usually like it to be super clean. But yeah, I mean, this would have been it as well. You would have been able to catch this move. Yeah, those are like the main two that I saw on this one. Um, but yeah, hopefully that helps you guys be able to catch reversals. That's what this strategy is really used for. Keep in mind you're looking for internal highs as your targets when playing these. So, you know, we were playing here. You could even, you know, this could be your target. It wasn't reached, but, you know, just knowing that you have targets above, that's super key. It did hit this target. Um, but yeah, hopefully this helps you guys be able to catch reversals in the market a lot better. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, definitely DM me or message me in our Discord chats. I'm more than happy to help you guys. You know, anything you need, let me know. And I hope you guys have a great day.